This time it's Michelin two-star chef Sylvestre Wahid, and an extremely relaxed and cool guy he is.
It's always a particular honor and pleasure for a French ambassador to be able to accompany a two-star chef because this gentleman, Sylvestre Wahid.
While French Ambassador Cécile Auger continues her introduction, we'll tell you a little bit about Sylvestre. Google. There is a homeboy made good story here. You don't get one Michelin star for nothing. And to get 2 stars, not once, not twice, but 3 times in various restaurants, then you know the guy is cooking. Throughout France, where it all began, he's high on the connoisseurs list of, we will have some of that, monsieur. Sylvestre speaks at least 3 languages, French being one of them, and you might not catch everything he says with his very heavy French accent, as he speaks English. But you can always try him in Urdu too. Pakistan is where Shahzad, his childhood name, was born. And when his family moved to France when he was 9 years old in 1984, he became Sylvestre, ou Sylvestre, very now. Finding Michelin chefs in Pakistan is like finding a unicorn horn. And as he says, even Pakistani come to France to try his food.
No, he liked my food. Why? Because for many reasons, you know, the most of Pakistani people, when he's coming in France, he likes to traveling, so he knows what's happening around of the world. So he's very curious and interesting to see how the younger boy from Pakistan can be a Michelin star chef. When I was young, my first dish was a millefeuille, a traditional millefeuille I do with my dad, but it was like very, very bad. Because I didn't know about house cooking, the puff pastry, I didn't know the oven, I didn't know the taste, so I training. And I remember my first dish was a millefeuille. It was a disaster. But after, you know, I went to the school, I went to the apprenticeships, and now I'm a chef.
As a reporter, taste is not always a forte, whichever way you take that. And food sampling is often to critique. 2-star Michelin chef maybe, but 5-star creations. And superb taste, no contest. But what was it?
It's French. My food is a French, typical French food, very contemporary, I mean, you know, French food. Because I learn only French spirit, so for me, to do the French food, I have to learn before the French spirit, the French tradition, the French history, to understand how is the French food. And then it's about life. When you grow up with the French spirit, with the French story, with the French education, you do the French food. For the ingredients, you have to take the best ingredient at the best moment. I mean, seasonal ingredients. This is the first thing. The second thing is to cook less with the butter, with the cream, with the salt, with the sugar. And you have, after I try to cook the different way, like steamy food, like grilled food, like pan food, but use a lot olive oil, use vinegar, use herbs, use some spice, to in fact of the salt and the sugar, you know, because the bad thing for our body, I mean, body and spirit is the same thing. It's all the same, sugar, butter, cream, salt. We use too much every day. You know, when you eat, you have to be, my goal is to give like a pleasure about all my guests, but you have to see, wake up the flavor, you know. You have the flavor in your mouth, you have to flavor in your eyes, with your ear also, with your nose, you have to feel all your sense when you eat something. And it's very important to wake up this kind of flavor you have. This morning I was in the market here to see which kind of products he get every day. So it's very interesting to see what's happening in the country where you go. Because the local food, the local spirit is very important.
Sylvestre is definitely conscious of his Michelin prowess. And methinks he's up for even more.
Oh, you never know when it's coming, so you just know you have to give the pleasure at your client and you have to give the pleasure at your team. It's because I like challenge, to keep the challenge. And when I was in south of France, we get 2 Michelin stars, and in the winter times the restaurant was very slow, so we had to open another restaurant in the mountain for the snow, ski, and it was 5-star hotel. So I put all my energy to get very fast 2 Michelin stars, and I have 2 for the summertime and 2 for the winter times. And after when I left this both of restaurant to come back to Paris, I worked very hard because Paris, is the capital all around the world from the French fine dining. So you have to work 10 times more to get 1 or 2 stars. So we're working very hard. I have a very good team, and it's all about management. Of course, we use only the best products. We have a very good service. We have a very good wine cellar, wine list. We have a very good place. The restaurant is beautiful. But it's not enough. You have to be in the plate very, very good, high level to get 2 Michelin stars. You have to work 2 or 3 times more than a regular cooker, chef. To work with a passion also is very important. It's all about apprenticeships and working. And I have very lucky to have a very good a professor. His name Thierry Mars in Paris now. And I was his apprentice for almost 2 years and a half, and after I'm moving a lot in France. So after I'm going to Paris, training to Paris for a couple of years. After going to New York, working in New York for a couple of years, go back to France.
The man is very relaxed and obviously confident about his abilities and product.
No, because when you are nervous, you lose your way to give the people happy. Our goal is to make people happy. If you are nervous, your cooking can be good, because I trust a lot about spirit things, If you're in good spirit, you can give the best on your way to cooking. We have a stress, it's normal because you have to check everything, but not nervous, not stress. You have good stress. I prefer to ask myself, it's a good stress, not a bad stress.
Michelin star chefs are a magnet for celebrities, and Sylvestre is no exception. But unlike delightful 3-star Michelin chef Wolfgang Park, who relishes it and indeed regularly visits Bahrain, for Sylvestre, it's celebrities, so what?
I used to cook for the lot celebrity, but my goal is not to cook for the celebrity. My goal is to cook for my clients come to my restaurant. Even if celebrity is good, but it's not my goal. My goal is any kind of client when he's coming to the restaurant can say, have a good food. This is for me better than to cook for one special celebrity. Of course, it's always good for the publicity, for me, for my team, but this is not my real goal to cook for the celebrity. My customer most is all around the world. Michelin star restaurant is mean a lot think about for the client. For the client from out of the country, it mean quality of food, quality of service, quality of wine, quality of the dining room. It's a lot of things.
And if you want to see Sylvestre in the flesh and sample, then his restaurants are
Hôtel Tout Mieux, restaurant Sylvestre Wahid, in Paris, 79 Street Saint-Dominique, on the 7th arrondissement of Paris. Now I take care about one hotel restaurant, 4-star hotel restaurant in Paris. So I have brasserie, I have my fine dining room, we have a hotel, and I have another restaurant in south of France, or we get 1 star last year with my brother and his wife. Because my brother is the pastry chef and his wife is the chef de cuisine. So now we have 3 stars in the family.
3 stars in the family. Wherever you come from, parents are always proud of their children. But with a Pakistani mum and a son made so good, oh yeah.
Very proud. She's very happy. She can't believe what is my life. She knows she's very hard because she never saw me. Because we're traveling a lot, we're working a lot, but she's very proud. And I'm happy she's proud. She always cook at home for me. A lot of vegetarian food with a lot of spicy. When I go home for holidays or for the weekend, she wants to cook, and I'm very happy to sit and to eat the mom's food because it's always the best.
It always seems to take chefs by surprise when we ask them such a cliched question. What do they eat at home?
My favorite dish is pasta with a tomato sauce and some basil and Parmesan cheese. This is my favorite dish because I never cook at home, and when I take a time to cook at home, I cook pasta because it's faster, it's always good, and it's good for the health. At home, it's just for sleeping. No, when I receive a girlfriend, I cook. When I receive a family, sometimes I cook. And when I receive a friend, I cook usual time. But I prefer to receive my family, my friend, even my girlfriend in my restaurant is better. Because I like to receive the people.
This is Geg Hopkins and Svetlana Prodanova for WhoDoesWhat.tv at the Capital Club Bahrain with 2-star Michelin chef Sylvestre Wahid.